As the governor, state education leaders, and health experts give their guidelines for K-12 school this fall, questions remain. What districts will decide individually? Dan Kuhlman is the president of the Rochester Education Association, representing district staff and teachers. Dan, we saw a date of August 18th for a local decision that came out in a news release this afternoon. There are some people who say they would like to hear something from the Rochester district a lot sooner than that.
Yeah, you know, there's been a lot of work done. The district has been meeting since July 7th. We've had large meetings. We've had a huge group of concerned folks. I think a group of 163 people. We did, as the governor was hoping, to come up with 3 different plans. But I think now that the governor has said, well, you know, now it's up to the district to find what works for them. I think now they have to do some refinement on which plan is going to work. And the other part of it is we just did a huge parent survey and a huge staff survey. And so there's a lot of incoming information. And I think they truly wanted to give the time to go through and strand out that information before they make a decision, because it really doesn't do well to ask for that information, make a decision, and then strand through the information.
So we know that statewide, when the poll went out, parents want to see their kids in school. The majority of teachers, almost half of them that were asked, want distance learning out of saying concerns for getting sick. Now, parents are being given the ultimate decision of whether or not to have their kids be in school. Dan, this is a very politically divisive issue. This virus has become so politically divisive, and it could show up on who ends up in school and who doesn't.
Correct. It's unfortunately, a disease should never become political, but it has become that way. And I think what you're seeing now is you're seeing teachers, I hope, don't become the brunt of that political process, because teachers ultimately want to see the kids in. As you know, Longfellow has already started school. I was out there this week and I was out there last week. Kids are coming. We're in a hybrid model. The teachers were trying to figure out how to make it work, what sorts of things are going to work well, what sorts of things, you know, because it's new to us as well. But it is difficult because along with doing hybrid, we also are mandated to do distance learning if a family requests it. And so we also have to figure out how do we do distance learning along with hybrid learning. So it isn't just one model. We're actually going to have to try to master 2 models in one. And if you think about a teacher's day, if I was doing distance learning, I could break my day up into increments of working with my kids throughout the day.
Like the mask issue, Dan, mayors wanted a mandate from the state so that they did not have to do it on the local level. This may end up being the same with schools. Leaving it up to the district, superintendents are going to get pressure.
There's going to be pressure from all sides because, once again, as you said, it's become maybe more political than medical. And I think that's why, I don't know if you saw it, Betsy, on the bottom of the superintendent's message that went out, there was a delineation of how we would decide if school was going to be opened or closed, and it was due to public health and kind of basing on community spread. I think that takes the policy out and says, what is community spread looking like? And I think that's a good route to take at this time.
Well, with all of that said, we know that there are still going to be so many unanswered questions in the weeks to come.
Right, and know that teachers are still trying to figure out how do we best serve our kids. It's not that teachers don't want to serve kids. We're just trying to figure out how to do it in a safe manner with all the precautions that we can take, because as many people who've worked around little kids, and I'm primarily an elementary teacher by trade, to keep masks on, to keep them, we've tried to teach them to be caring and loving, and now to say, stay in your little 6-foot area and don't touch. Don't don't take off your mask, don't hold hands, don't hug. A whole new ball game for kids that are at school, and it's going to be a different feel.
Yeah, that it is for sure. Dan, we will speak with you again. I appreciate you taking time out of what is supposed to be a relaxing vacation a little bit before you come back and deal with all of this. So thank you.